Hello, Cynthia here. Welcome back. Today I'm working on another 12 by 12 layout. Initially started off using mainly the Factory 42 line from Kaisercraft, which we received in our monthly kit from the Kitaholic Kit Club. So I'm going through all the bits and pieces there, and I'm trying to pull out all the lighter stuff. I want this page to be a little bit lighter, so this is actually the third page that I've worked on from the kit. You probably would have seen another video from the kit where I was saying this is so outside my comfort zone. But I'm actually powering through the kit, so I reckon I've got one more layout to go, and I've used up all the papers that I received, probably half the ephemera pack, and some of the little bits and pieces that also come with it, so going well. So here I'm using the stamp that come in the kit to stamp out the the pipes, I guess, and I don't know what type of ink I was going to use. I tested all three different browns that I had. I decided to go with this brown. I was trying to match the two pipe pieces that actually came in the pack, so I was trying to get the colour close to that. In the end, I probably should have went with the Stays On, because I actually do a little bit of colouring to these pieces, which wasn't my initial thought. My initial thought was to just cut them out and keep them in the plain white. But so there they are, stamped and cut out, and you can see there's a couple of pieces there that were pre-purchased and look slightly different. So I've pulled out my piece of paper, which is the one that, as you can see, has a grey background, and it has the cogs down the side. Yeah, the cogs down the side sort of throw me a fair bit. I try to work with it. I lay all my pipes down, spread them out how I think I might make the page look, but the cogs are just not working for me. So in the end here, you'll see me, I'm in an arm, what am I going to do with them? I thought maybe I'll try a different piece of paper, but I didn't have anything else that would go with it, so I decided just to cut it off. So I grab my scissors here and trim that piece off, and that's when the page and the design and the layout of the page sort of really start to come together for me. So I've cut that out thinking I might use that on another piece, and roll the edges up, get out the little distress tool that I have, and start distressing the edge. Now I have already backed my photo on a creamy pattern that come in the kit, and I go through and distress that, but not far down the track I pull that piece of paper off the back, and I actually back it with a different colour. I feel like it was just blending in a little bit too much. Pulled out my blue scraps and seeing which ones sort of I don't know, have the same feel, sort of a bit of a distress feel to it, and looking to put a piece over there on the right hand side. So I've kept two out, sort of a darker blue and then a really light blue that has writing on it. It just says things like amazing and spark and glimmer and observe and plans, all sorts of doing words, I guess. Decided that I'm going to add a bit of interest to the background, so I've pulled out this one here that I'm cleaning off now is a Mr. Huey spray, and then a Heidi Swap Colour Shine. So two different blues, and splatter that around on the background. As you can see, I'm just using the packaging technique and really am just trying to go random, totally just splodges all over the background. So I think I like how that looks, and the way it's coming together. I think it's about here. This is where I decided, now that I've done the misting in the background, that I need to do something with my pipes. So I put out the Distress Oxide inks and put 2 colours down. I, at a guess, I would say it was Faded Jeans and the other blue, which is probably something sapphire, is it? I can't quite remember. And just dab them on. Because I used the Oxide 2 as my ink, the ink actually ran a little bit, which kind of adds to the feel of what I was going for anyway. Sort of, as you can see, I've come back in now and added the red, fire brick red, and it gives it that sort of a rustic tone to it. So the fact that the inks ran a little bit, it didn't detract, I don't think, from the overall look. So now I'm just adding the pipes all together. I was hoping to be able to sort of lead the pipes off the page a little bit more than what they are, but just the design of it didn't allow quite as much as I wanted. I'm going to go through and stick this piece down here, and you can see the moment that I stick it down, and I just said, oh, maybe I should ink the edge. Of course, I don't generally ink the edges. It's not something I thought of until, of course, it was already down. So I try to pull it up a little bit and go again. A little bit of tape there showing. How's everyone been? Has everyone been well? I've been managing to do a little bit of scrapping, a bit of art journaling, a bit of project life planning, whatever it is that floats your boat. I've been quite active this weekend, so I received the kit about a week ago and it sat there untouched, and this weekend I cracked it open, and this is actually my 3rd layout, and I think I may have already said this, but yeah, this is my 3rd layout, and I've got 1 to go, I reckon, and then I would have used it up. Absolutely love my 2nd layout, and I was doing a process video for it, but I just loaded it all up in the system and was going through it, and I'm missing a big chunk of it, and it's where I sort out all the embellishments and lay everything down, so sort of the most important part. So I don't think you'll see a process video for that one, you'll just see the picture coming up. Anyway, back to this one. You can see that I've now mounted the photo on a different piece of paper, and I really like the way that looks. So it's bringing that red tone in what I've added to the bricks. No, that was the name of the ink that I used, to the pipes, and also made that photo pop off the page a little bit, stand out from the background. Going through now and seeing how I can lay my pipes down. As I said, I want some of them sort of just running off the edge and poking out from underneath. And obviously it looks like I'm reasonably happy with the way they're looking there at the moment. So I start taping everything down. Takes me a little while because they're a little bit fiddly. There they are, all taped down. So I go through my ephemera and I pull out bits and pieces of stuff that's blue. Now none of this is from the kit, all this is from my stash. So the ephemera that come with the kits was the cogs and yeah, the cogs and the cogs. But I decided didn't want to use those in this layout. I was trying to go for a bit of a lighter area look. So I initially pulled out these bits and pieces. I'm kind of quite liking that, but I go through my stash to see what else I can see, and I realised that I have the Cocoa Vanilla Totally Rad pack. Here it is here, that I haven't used at all, and so I thought, oh, I'll just see what's in that, and I pretty much, from here on in, all the embellishments come from this pack. So bringing in that pop of yellow, and I really like that. I think he sort of, once I get that yellow down, that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to use the sort of the yellow as the main pop of colour that's going to be on the page, and then I just start going through all the bits and pieces and seeing what I can use. So the photo here is just a photo of our boy, not a particular story that I want to tell about the photo. Just in the car, heading off for a day trip somewhere, and maybe a little bit biased, but I thought he looked quite handsome in it, so I thought, oh, I better snap a photo of him. And as this kit was all the, the very distressed looking papers, I thought I would do all my current photos. I've converted them to black and white. I printed home, so I could just convert it to black and white and printed it out, and I really like it. So as you can see, I've made the title here Totally Awesome, but I do want to put a little bit of journaling on the page, so I come back in at the end and I've added my journaling, which just says, your happy outlook is one of the awesome facts about you. He's always a happy boy, and always seems to see the positive in things, and which is wonderful, of course. So still doing the shuffling, seeing what I can come up with. I've got that other little robot, blue robot, and I decided to tuck him up there, but I do want a little bit of yellow up there. I've got that little yellow piece, arrow type of piece that says smile, but I still feel like it's missing something else, and I do go through the pack and try a couple of things, but nothing seemed to work for me. So I've glued it all down. I'm going to grab out these bits that come in the kit. So there's 3 chevrons in acrylic and 3 chevrons in wood, and I decided to use 2 of the wood and 1 acrylic. So I put them down there, just leading a bit of direction to the page, and I quite like the way that's looking, and thinking how else can I get a bit of direction on the page. I think I cut out here in a little bit. I'm not too sure what happened, but I just stopped it to do some gluing or whatever, and I come back and you'll see that I've added a couple of more little bits up to the top cluster, which brings in a little bit of yellow, and I've glued down a couple of little arrows and put the journaling in, and that's the end of the layout. I hope you enjoyed this process. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love it if you leave me a comment. And once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. Talk to you then. Bye.